Global happenings today. We communicate. We analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to our channel. Some few hours ago, the court nullified the congresses held by APC in Rivers State, and of course, by default, it definitely affected Wike scam. The Tony Okocha-led faction didn't find it funny at all. They were even slammed 10 million naira fine over a lot of issues, especially not obeying the expiry order ahead of time. Well, it looks like they're not having it and they've decided to fight back. We're going to find out what it is they're saying, but before we do that, kindly subscribe to our channel. Now, the All Progressive Congress APC camp, backed by the National Working Committee NWC, which was sanctioned by a high court in Port Harcourt for holding congresses against court order, has reacted saying it was mere plot by Governor Fubara with detractors against Tony Okocha-led Executive Council. Now, a High Court Judge, Godwin Obomano, had on Friday, 20th of December 2024, nullified the local council and state congresses conducted by the party and nullified the inauguration with a 10 million naira penalty. Now, the APC in Rivers State has been under two factions led by Okocha on one side and Emeka Beke on the other side. Now, for the Emeka Beke Executive Committee, which is the ESCO, was disbanded when Bola Ahmed Tinubu took over power as president of Nigeria and inaugurated Okocha as chairman of a caretaker committee, according to them. Now, the Beke camp went to court and the court sacked the caretaker committee, but the NWC still fully endorsed it and worked with it till congresses were conducted and the winners emerged unopposed and were sworn in last week. Now, this action seemed to get the court angry into nullifying the congresses, slamming 10 million naira penalty on the group heavily backed by the FCT, that's Federal Capital Territory Minister Nyesom Wike. Now, the ESCO led by Okocha and backed by Abdullahi Ganduje has reacted, saying there is a plot to thwart the congresses. Now, the statement by the newly inaugurated State Publicity Secretary, that's Chibike Kinga, said that the plot was by some allegedly frustrated collaborators from within the APC and Governor Fubara. Incidentally, the Okocha-led team said that the court order is targeted at President Tinubu by allegedly making it impossible for the party to successfully carry out its activities and programs through the instrumentality of the Rivers State High Court and some compromised judges who he said have become appendages to the executive arm of the state government. Now, this accusation and suspicion seem to tally with what was also said of Okocha by the Beke and Chibuike Amechi-led APC when they accused Okocha of working with the then governor Nyesom Wike of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) to undo the then APC. Now, this was to be confirmed when Tinubu won and appointments were to be distributed, and it was made clear that Wike and Okocha worked closely. An alliance, the Amechi faction said, held the then mainstream APC down. Now, Okocha-led executive is accusing the other side of same game, which may one day also turn out to be true. Now, the Okocha-led APC recalled thus. Sometime in July 2024, after the APC announced its congresses in Rivers State for October 2024, some persons on the payroll of Governor Fubara of Rivers State who claimed to be members of State Executive Committee of the APC ran to the Rivers State High Court before Honorable Justice G. Olo to obtain an interim order of ex parte injunction on 22nd August 2024 in suit number PHC/3699/CS/2024 in a suit named Peter Ohochukwu versus His Excellency Abdullahi Ganduje and others, restraining APC congresses. After they secured the orders, they went to sleep and took no further steps in that case. Consequently, the APC rescheduled its congresses to November 2024 in deference to the interim orders of Rivers State High Court. He said, however, the APC appealed to the Court of Appeal in number CA/PH/371/2024, challenging the jurisdiction of Rivers High Court to dabble into the domestic affairs of a political party. He said that the appeal is fixed for February 2025 for a definite hearing. He went on that on November 15, 2024, however, the Court of Appeal set aside the said order of interim injunction restraining the APC from holding its congresses, which paved way for APC to conduct its world congresses on November 16, 2024, aggrieved by the order of the Court of Appeal staying the execution of the interim order of injunction and the subsequent conduct of APC world congresses on 16th day of November 2024, 3 other agents of Governor Fubara ran again to Rivers State High Court on November 19, 2024, this time before Obamano, who was just elevated by Governor Fubara this year, to obtain another fresh order of interim injunction in suit number PHC/3859/CS/2024. As usual, the Rivers State High Court granted a fresh order of interim injunction, which is ex parte, against the same congresses of a political party, the APC. But then the same court not served. The statement claimed that the court processes and the interim order of injunction were never served on the defendant. Curiously, a plaintiff who falsely stated that he obtained the interim order of court from Port Harcourt on 22nd day of November 2024 also claimed that he personally traveled to Abuja to start the process at about 2:30 p.m. and returned to Port Harcourt before 4 p.m. on the same day to dispose to an affidavit of service. The court has no recourse to the counter affidavit of the defendant that they were not served and that no processes were pasted at the gate of the APC office in Abuja. Nonetheless, he stated that the APC immediately filed an appeal which was duly entered before the Court of Appeal on November 25, 2024 as appeal number CA/PH/5323/2024 APC versus Ndike and others, challenging the jurisdiction of the Rivers State High Court to entertain the matter and to make the interim order despite the appeal challenging its jurisdiction. The application of APC pending before the Court of Appeal for stay of proceedings and execution of order. Justice Obamano insisted on continuing with the case. Every attempt to make him respect the hierarchy of court and the processes of the Court of Appeal was rebuffed, according to them. Now, as at some few hours ago, the statement went on that December 20th, 2024, the 20th day of December 2024, the party accused the judge of using torchlight to deliver his ruling. The statement said that the judge decided to set aside the congresses of APC as well as slamming them with 10 million naira penalty. The APC said it has instructed its lawyers to take steps to apply to the Court of Appeal to set aside the proceedings of the Rivers State High Court, which they said were held in total disregard and disrespect for the processes pending before the Court of Appeal. And the proceedings, of course, and the action of the Rivers State High Court were not only an affront to the Court of Appeal, but it was also judicial impertinence, to say the least. We hope that somebody or someday consequences will begin to apply to judicial impertinence. Now, the APC remains undoubted by the vexatious use of Rivers State High Court against its activities. It will continue to provide constructive opposition and criticism against the maladministration and intimidation of opposition party by Governor Fubara-led government in Rivers State. We urge all APC members to remain calm and have faith in the judiciary, especially as Rivers State High Court is not the final court on the matter, but the court of first instance. We further enjoin all our party members to see this latest action by willing toes working hand in glove without detractors to frustrate our party. Will be very momentary and will be vitiated sooner than later by the Superior Court. The state's judiciary has always been so accused by the opposition. Let's meet in our comment section. They've said it all. What's your take?